She stormed across my backyard like she owned it, heels stabbing into my grass with every step, her voice sharp and entitled as she barked. "You can't put that smart lock on the pool fence." She waved her phone in my face like it was some kind of badge of authority, and before I could even answer, her teenage son, 16, cocky and dripping with the same arrogance as his mother, whipped out his phone and shouted, "I'm calling 911 right now. You're breaking HOA rules." His voice cracked, but his eyes burned with smug confidence. The thing was, this wasn't HOA property. This was my land, bought in cash after years of serving overseas. And no neighborhood Karen was going to tell me how to protect my kids. That lock wasn't for her or her son, it was for my children's safety. I stayed calm even as he dialed, screwdriver still in my hand. "Son," I said slowly, steady as stone, "you're trespassing. That phone call might not go the way you think." He smirked, pressed the phone to his ear, and screamed into the receiver, "There's a dangerous man here. He's threatening us." My wife's laughter echoed faintly from inside the house, because she thought the whole scene was ridiculous. But my gut twisted. This wasn't just noise. False reports could ruin lives. Then Karen leaned in close, her breath hot, her words venomous. "By the time the cops get here, you'll be gone. We'll make sure of that." She tapped the fake HOA violation notice she had taped on my fence that morning. Bold letters declaring pool lock not permitted. I looked at it once, then back at her, and tightened the final screw. She didn't know who she was dealing with. "I hope you're ready," I muttered, "because when the cops arrive, it won't be me in trouble." Sirens wailed minutes later, her son puffing out his chest like he'd just summoned the FBI, yelling, "Over here. He's dangerous." Karen folded her arms with a smirk, convinced she had already won. 2 squad cars rolled in fast, an officer's hand resting on his holster as he barked, "Sir, step away from the fence." Karen jumped in, theatrically pointing at me. "That's him. He threatened us with tools. He's installing illegal equipment. He doesn't even live here. Legally arrest him." Her voice shook with fake panic, and she gasped dramatically like she'd rehearsed it. I calmly placed the screwdriver down and raised my hands. "Officers, this is my property. They broke in. Check my deed. Check my cameras." Karen cut me off, jabbing her finger at me like a dagger. "He's lying. I'm the HOA president. He's trespassing on our community pool." One officer frowned, glancing at the pool. "Community pool? Ma'am, this looks like a private residence." Karen's face twitched, but she doubled down. "No, he forged the paperwork. He stole HOA land." My jaw tightened, but I kept my tone steady. The taller cop asked dispatch to confirm ownership of 1147 Pine Creek Road. Seconds later, the radio crackled back. "Registered to Daniel Cole. Paid in full. Taxes current." The officer turned to her. "Ma'am, this is his property." Her smirk vanished. Her son's phone slipped in his sweaty hands. No, you don't understand," she stammered, her voice breaking. "This has to be HOA property." I stepped closer, eyes locked on hers. "You just called the cops on the homeowner. You trespassed with your son." "That's the truth." Her son tugged at her sleeve. "Mom, we should go," but she shook her head violently. "No, he can't stay here. HOA rules." That's when the younger officer's hand moved toward his cuffs. "Ma'am, impersonating authority is a serious offense." Her confidence cracked, eyes darting like a cornered animal. She tried again. Wait. He's dangerous. He threatened my son." Her boy weakly added, "Yeah, he scared us," but even the cops weren't buying it. That's when I pulled out my phone, tapped it, and turned it around. Security footage lit the screen. Karen barging into my yard, her son dialing 911. Me calmly working with the screwdriver, and her slipping that fake violation onto my fence. The officer studied it, then looked at her. "Ma'am, This shows you trespassing and filing a false report. Karen's face drained of color. That's fake. Edited. She blurted out. I smirked. Edited. Look closer. This system is county approved. Stalled by the sheriff's department. Both officers stiffened, eyes snapping to me. Sheriff's department. Sir, what's your connection? I slid out my wallet, flipped it open, and let the badge catch the light. I'm not just a homeowner. I'm a retired sheriff's deputy. And you? I said, pointing at Karen, just tried to stage a false arrest on law enforcement property. Her son's bravado collapsed. Mom, he whispered, pale as a ghost, we're screwed. The officers exchanged a look. Ma'am, hands where I can see them. Karen hissed like a cornered snake. This isn't over. HOA will crush you. I leaned close, my voice low and steady. No, Karen. This is just the beginning. You picked the wrong man. Her voice cracked into shrill panic as she screamed. This whole neighborhood is HOA land. He tricked us all, but the officer's tone hardened. Ma'am, calm down. We have video evidence. Keep this up, and it gets worse. Instead of backing down, she shoved her son forward like a shield. See, he traumatized my boy. He locked the pool so our kids couldn't use it. But her son groaned, Mom, stop. It's not working. That's when I pulled out the envelope I had been holding back, sealed with signatures and official stamps. I raised it just enough for her to see. You keep saying this is HOA land. Funny thing is, I bought the entire strip behind my house, including this so-called community pool. Signed, sealed, and recorded. Karen's jaw dropped. No, that's not possible. I handed the deed to the officer, who skimmed it and nodded. He's right, ma'am. This is his. HOA has no say here. For the first time, Karen looked small, defeated, but then her eyes narrowed again. She yanked out her phone, pointing it at me. Fine. Let's see how the internet likes a so-called ex-sheriff harassing a single mom. I'll ruin you online if I can't ruin you here. The cops tensed, watching. I almost laughed, but the game had shifted. She wasn't after control anymore, she wanted destruction. I stepped forward, steady and unshaken. Karen, you really don't understand who you're messing with. And just then, the back door opened and my wife walked out, her presence stopping Karen cold. Because what Karen didn't know was that I was on. The only one in this house with power, and the real fight was only beginning.